And welcome everybody. I don't know if we're live or not. Let's see. We may or may not be live. I'm going to welcome everybody who's watching this live or watching this later. And we wanted to talk about the essences because Grandmother Sue has been guided to make these for over 10 years. And a lot of people have been using them really successfully. They've been picking up a lot of steam and we're seeing a lot more interest. And we wanted to talk a little bit about behind the scenes, what's happening now. Oh, I don't know if it does say it's a live video. I can't tell for sure.
It is live, yeah.
Okay. Jeez, I can't see that. So tell us too about the latest essence that you just started creating this past weekend.
Well, I've been looking at a lot of the posts and things on Facebook, and many of the light workers are just complaining about being totally fatigued, getting hit with every symptom under the sun, headaches, nausea, but above all, you know, a general debility. They're not being able to work to their full capacity, or they don't have their normal energy. And I've been feeling the same, and I'm sure watching you've been actually very tired and that yourself. So I thought, oh, I haven't made an essence for a long time. And as soon as I thought that, bang, all the ideas started to flow in, and I thought, okay. And we have a very special brand of Waratah here that's actually morphed over the years from the original, and it flowers eternally. It flowers all year round. So I've added that in the beginning because the Waratah is the greatest healer. And I was really a bit worried about what crystal to add. And then this crystal skull kept coming in and saying, hey. I thought, oh, that could be dangerous. They're very, very powerful and knowledgeable things. It could stir a lot of things up in people. So anyway, it felt right. So I did that, and I took the essence down, or the makings of the essence down to the vortex. We always make them on the vortex to add the energies there, the purest and the highest frequency around. So we put that on the vortex, and then I suddenly thought, oh, I'm going to add a bit of sound to it. I've never added sound to the essences before. So I went and grabbed the miracle healing tone and the solfeggio scale, the 528. And I immersed our gong in the water and chimed it, and all the vibrations went right through it. So it's carrying the frequency of 528 as well, which is going to make it a very, very good remedy. So feeling very pleased with myself. I thought, oh, this is good. I left it in the sun, but because it's winter here, we didn't get the full 7 hours that I like to give it of sunshine. So I brought it up into the house yard, knowing that the vortex does reach up here anyway. And I put it down, and I suddenly thought, well, the sea was flat, calm a minute ago, and now the sun disk is sending out all its rings. And I thought, whoa, okay, I'll add the energies of the sun disk. They obviously want to be in on the act. So I drew the energies into me and downloaded them into the essence. And I thought, something more. There couldn't be any more. This is going to be super powerful. I better be careful. And then I thought, oh, no, it's the Lemurians. We have another big power site on the property here, which we don't mention at all. And it has a direct wormhole to the Lemurian underground city out in the seamounts in the ocean off Tasmania here. And there was a lot of energy coming up from there. So I asked them if they wanted to add their energies to this essence. And wow, my heart went crazy. My legs started tingling. I started shaking. I thought, I think that's a yes. And you could see the top of the water just shimmering away. I thought, okay, this is going to be one very powerful one. And the intention that I had put into it in the beginning was that it protects and aids light workers, because we're all really, really tired. We're bone tired after all this, the many years of fighting and holding off the negative sides. And that is our primary role. We hold space for those coming through. And holding space is holding out the negative. So we got to do that. I brought it inside and told Barbara what had happened, and I mixed it up as according to the homeopathic principles, and I thought I'd try it, and I thought, wow, this is just awesome. I can feel it just flood through me. My legs were tingling and everything, and then I just got busy and finished doing the bottling and the stabilizing and all that stuff, and then I went out and I did one heck of a lot of work. I thought, I don't work like this. What is wrong with me? I better be careful. I could be exhausted, but I was taking it slow and steady, so I didn't stress myself. But I managed to do twice as much as I normally can. And I thought, wow, I'm feeling really different inside. And I thought, oh, I wonder if it's the essence working. And so I gave you some to try, and then I tried it again the next day with the same result. But I took an exaggerated result yesterday too, which I do to find out the full extent of what the remedy can produce. I note down all the things that are slightly different in me. So I was wide awake from 1:45 this morning till about 5 a.m. So not to be overdosed on.
So I think one of the key things you talked about, and this is the first time you've ever asked to use one of my crystal skulls, and I wanted to just chat a little bit about why I like the crystal skulls so much. They were not anything that I was ever attracted to previously until I met the skull Max that Joanna Parks has been the caretaker of for the last 20 plus years. And I went, oh my God, that is the most amazing love, energetic, awakening awareness entity. And it is an entity that's inside the skull. And what I've been told, and many people have been told, is that the skulls were created so that humans and that human shape can help humans and our human shape absorb the knowledge and energy that has been gifted and granted for millennia, many millennia. And since then, I've been on a mission to really find different skulls that have different knowledge. And to date, all of our skulls are charged up with two major, very famous skull, Max being the most famous, and Shana Ra, which is probably one of the top 3 most famous skulls on the planet, Max being the only one that has no sign of any markings that human technology today can discern how it was made. There's no carving, there's no ancient carving, there's no laser, there's no way that we know of how that skull was made. And it particularly emanates, as I mentioned, that love. And there are lots of scenes, pictures you can find on the internet about how Max and different energies that have been photographed shining out for Max. He just brought tears to my eyes the first time I met him and got to spend time with him. And all of the skulls, when we bring them in, they get charged up with these two crystal skulls, and a series of other 12 skulls that go around them to form a little circle of 13 skulls. And the first time that these new skulls have been implanted, in one of the skulls that was used, the skull that was used for this essence was charged up just recently with these energies. And they move from being just crystal, beautiful quartz, to being, oh my God, what is that energy coming off of these things? And that's the skull that was chosen. It's been charged up with all the energies of Max and Shana Ra and the energies of the vortex. They were charged up first before they met the skulls. And when I first got took the essence, it did give me a lot more energy, because we've been doing an enormous amount of wood chopping and chainsawing and carrying heavy things. And yeah, it can be very tiring. But the word I kept getting, because Sue was using it, initial intention had been for protection for light workers from various nefarious things that could be happening out on the planet. But the real word that came up for me was power. It was bring you back, or bring me back into my power. And every single one of us is infinitely powerful being. And I think this helps. It's helping me tune into that aspect of myself, which was a surprise to me. And I think we're going to see a couple more surprises in how this particular essence is working, as we've seen so many other beautiful, beautiful surprises with how the other essences are working. But I would just want to explain how that feels to me. And I'm very honored that it's become part of an entirely new essence. And we're looking for a name for this. So if you have a name for it, so what are some of the names you were thinking of?
Yeah, just before we go any further, I just wanted to add a little bit to what you were saying about bringing you into your own power. It has occurred to me specifically this morning after my morning dose that the protection is working as it should in this essence. And what is actually going on is that we are as we should be, without having to block all the negative coming at us. And that's a subconscious thing we all do now as light workers, because we're so used to doing it. We have to block all that out. And the energy that we're using to block the negative influences is what's draining us. And we're not having to use that with this remedy. And so we're actually being who we are without any outside influence, if that makes sense. We also, I should have mentioned too earlier that now that the vortex is vibrating with the divine male and female, this essence, I did ask Archangel Michael, who is the male caretaker here now, and Kuan Yin to add their energies for protection and love for the workers. So, it's a multitude of good stuff. I've never made an essence like it. It was just quite a surprise that it all happened as it did. So
yeah,
I'm very
and we finally looked at the calendar. It's been 6 years since the last essence came out. So there's been and people have been getting still enormous benefits because the mother tincture have been saved and preserved incredibly well, and we make a fresh batch, whenever anything new is being sent out. So they're still fresh and still to date, which is actually quite amazing. And so each essence one adds a different aspect of assistance to light workers compared to the other. So they all compound and grow exponentially as you take them. But anyway, so stay tuned. There'll be more details to follow. We don't have a name for it yet, so help us find a name.
Yeah, and just
excuse me.
They are made on a homeopathic principle. When you buy your essence, you actually tap it on your palm 7 times, and that puts your essence into the remedy as well. So the remedy then works out what you need and works for you as an individual. Okay. Amazing stuff.
Yeah. So we're gonna be doing a lot more Facebook Lives, and we hope you can all tune in either live or catch us on the replay, and leave your comments below what you thought of this video, and please share it with someone who needs to hear this right now. So thanks a lot. Have a great day. Any parting words from you, Grandmother Sue?
Nope. Thanks for listening.
Hang on one second.